I had in my mind that the passengers weren't all off, which is why it seemed so quick, and I was suddenly alone back at the L1, the L2 door. I gather that I had told you all to leave, or had told some people there to leave, but I had no recollection of that. And in my mind, there were still people on board, which is why I ran into the back as far as I could go until I got stopped by the fire and smoke. And when I got off the airplane, the fire, I think it was one of the senior fire rescue people, came up to me and said, "Captain, is everybody off?" And I think I said something to the effect that I hope so, because if they're not, they're dead, because it was, it was totally in flames back in the aft section at that point. And then you all had everything so well in hand. The people were well away from the airplane. The fire and rescue people had arrived, and they'd pretty much taken control of the situation. I basically just stood there.
I think that we have to take everything that we need to do in preparation for takeoff or landing very, very seriously, even though there are times when we feel that we're bothering our passengers. We don't want to annoy them. They become annoyed when we ask them to do something. I think that in a nice way, and sometimes I would feel guilty asking them to, for the fourth time, push their baggage under their seat. It really is a matter of life and death. And I have no hesitation any longer to be very forceful in as nice a way as I possibly can to make sure that that bag is stowed, the window shade is open, the seat belts are closed, and the seat backs and armrests are where they're supposed to be, because that really makes the difference.
The thing that I attributed to such a good evacuation, the major thing, in addition to the people, was the training, because I never thought. I went into automatic and I did exactly as I had been trained to do, and I really didn't even realize what was happening to me until I got off the airplane. I turned around and looked at it.
Most people go through their entire life without ever being faced with the stark reality of a life or death situation. And I thought people in our profession are probably a little different in that we must give it some thought. I know I have myself in sort of a detached type of way. And the one thing, regardless of wherever we go or whatever you do in the future, you can always know that when fate chose you for the ultimate test, you weren't found wanting. In just a very brief minute of time, what you did changed the lives of a great many people. I felt you were magnificent, and I was very proud to be serving with you.
The crew of Flight 843 displayed professionalism, acting with imagination, determination, and integrity. On August 5th, 1992, TWA received a letter from William Francis, FAA Principal Operations Inspector for Trans World Airlines, that states, in part, nearly 300 passengers and crew were evacuated utilizing only half of the exits without the loss of a single life. This demonstration of training, judgment, professional airmanship, and courage are a credit to the crew members, Trans World Airlines, and the training department. It is gratifying, both officially and personally, to congratulate and commend the crew members for their exemplary performance.